even get out of bed for the small deals, right? I only do the big deals.
Yeah.
Billionaire Magic Johnson. But his point was, he's like, it's going to take the same amount of time and kind of stress level.
Yeah.
And I would argue that the smaller deals have more stress involved,
Oh,
right?
100%.
At least on our side, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm only going to do the big development deals, like, or the big deals at all. Do you find like that's the case? Like bigger project, I don't know, like ground up 30 unit is a little easier than maybe like a row house conversion or a typical flip.
Yeah, well, I'll share a story. I did this presentation to a small group of investors that were thinking about doing investing in DC, and one of them, he has a banking background, and he knows probably just the who's who, right, in the banking industry. And he heard everything, and he saw, and I was trying to show, like, hey, you take this much money, and you can recycle that money over and over and over again, and create this, and do more projects, and buy more properties. And he looked at me, and he goes, "Why isn't Blackstone doing this? Why aren't the big banks doing this?"
Yeah.
And I said, just what you said, because it's too small and it's too much work. So they do the big deals. They only do the big deals. But the reality is there's a lot of opportunity for investors in building amazing single family homes in not just DC, I mean anywhere across the country. People are wanting, like, COVID, people wanted to move out to the country, right? Everybody worked from home, and they're like, oh, I want some space. I want a pool. We know how that happened. And now we're seeing more and more people moving back to the city. You have companies that are saying, hey, you got to come back to the office. The government's saying you got to come back to the office. In our area, we've got more federal government workers than, of course, anywhere else in the country. And then all of the support to the government, all of the government contractors, and just everybody that supports the government, which we all know. We have clients that fit in that bucket, and they're being told to come back to work. And that hour-and-a-half commute that they knew that they may have to have one day, well, now that's a reality 5 days a week. And so people are moving closer. And so I'm really bullish on DC. I think DC is going to be a great place for people to invest in, now. And as more companies are starting to require people to be in the office, I think more and more and more we're going to see people move either into the city or really close.